Welcome back to ABC General Hospital Spoilers channel. Today we will learn about the thrilling twists awaiting in the episode airing on Thursday, August 14, 2025. As the drama in Port Charles intensifies, viewers are in for a roller coaster of revelations, confrontations, and unexpected alliances that could reshape relationships forever. From Britt Westburn's precarious situation to heated family feuds involving Willow Tate, Elizabeth Baldwin, and the ever-controversial Drew Kane, this installment promises to keep fans on the edge of their seats. We'll dive deep into each storyline, exploring the emotional undercurrents and potential fallout, while introducing fresh layers of intrigue that heighten the stakes for our beloved characters. Let's begin with Britt Westburn, whose recent actions are about to catch up with her in dramatic fashion. After reclaiming her vital medication from a shady source, Britt found herself receiving an unusually effusive thank you from an associate, which should have raised red flags about hidden agendas. In this episode, her naivety comes back to bite her as she confronts Pascal, an enigmatic figure with ties to underground dealings in Port Charles. Britt boldly declares that Pascal isn't the one calling the shots, asserting her independence in a tense standoff. However, Pascal pulls off a cunning maneuver, perhaps involving falsified documents or a surprise alliance that leaves Britt reeling and questioning her every move. This setback could force Britt to reevaluate her alliances, especially with her history of medical scandals and family loyalties pulling her in conflicting directions. As she navigates this loss, viewers might see glimpses of her vulnerability, reminding us of her past struggles with illness and betrayal, adding a poignant depth to her character's arc. Shifting focus to Anna Devane, the steadfast police commissioner is on high alert, demanding crucial information from Jack Brennan regarding the safety of Josslyn Jacks. During her perilous trip to Croatia, Anna's instincts as both a law enforcer and a protective figure are firing on all cylinders, fueled by rumors of international intrigue that could endanger Josslyn. Jack, ever the composed operative with his own web of secrets, reassures Anna that he'd be the first to know if trouble arose, drawing on his extensive network of contacts. But Anna isn't convinced, probing him with a pointed question. "Are you absolutely certain about that?" This exchange heightens the tension, as it underscores the fragile trust between them. If any harm befalls Josslyn, the repercussions would be immense, particularly for Carly Spencer, who holds Jack accountable for past favors and would unleash unforgiving wrath, potentially fracturing their uneasy truce. Inventing a new layer here, perhaps Anna uncovers a cryptic message hinting at a larger conspiracy involving Croatian operatives, which could tie back to Port Charles' criminal underbelly, making Josslyn's fate a pivotal plot point that echoes the show's history of global escapades. Meanwhile, Willow Tate delivers earth-shattering news to Elizabeth Baldwin, building on the chaos from the previous day's events, recalling how Willow completely unraveled in a fiery argument with Lucas Jones over family boundaries and medical ethics. She now confides in Elizabeth about Drew Kane's disruptive appearance at the hospital. Willow recounts the incident in vivid detail, explaining how Drew stormed in, demanding answers about his daughter Scout Quartermain's sudden disappearance from summer camp. This revelation shocks Elizabeth, who has her own complicated history with parental dilemmas and hospital drama. To expand on this, Willow might share invented insights into Scout's rebellious streak, perhaps suggesting that the young girl's vanishing act stemmed from overheard family secrets, or a desire for independence, mirroring Willow's own battles with identity and health crises. This conversation could forge a stronger bond between Willow and Elizabeth, as they dissect the emotional toll of such upheavals, potentially leading to collaborative efforts to protect the children involved. Over with Drew Kane, his unyielding quest for power takes a darker turn as he refuses to relent in his vendetta. Consumed by rage over Scout's absence, Drew fixates not on understanding the root cause as possible bullying at camp, or emotional distress, but on scapegoating others. In a shocking escalation, he pushes for the arrest of teenager Danny Morgan, accusing him of kidnapping in a bid to exert control and punish perceived threats. This move highlights Drew's transformation from a once heroic figure to a man driven by ambition and resentment, especially after his political aspiration and romantic entanglements have complicated his life. Adding a fresh element, perhaps Drew consults with a private investigator who uncovers misleading clues pointing to Danny, fueling his misguided fury and setting the stage for courtroom drama. Alexis Davis steps in as the voice of reason, fiercely criticizing Drew's overreach in an attempt to mitigate the damage and protect the innocent. Her intervention, rooted in her legal expertise and maternal instincts, could involve rallying allies like Sam McCall to build a defense, emphasizing themes of justice and family protection that resonate throughout General Hospital's legacy. The fallout extends to Jason Morgan, who issues a stern warning to Drew, vowing to safeguard his son at all costs. In a charged encounter, Jason makes it crystal clear that any further attempts to target Danny will not be tolerated, drawing on his protective nature and history as a mob enforcer turned guardian. This confrontation adds layers of brotherly tension, as Jason grapples with Drew's increasingly erratic behavior, possibly reflecting on their shared past traumas like the Quartermain family feuds and identity swaps. Inventively, Jason might reveal a hidden surveillance detail that exonerates Danny, turning the tables and forcing Drew to confront his flaws, which could lead to a path of redemption or further isolation. Josslyn Jax finds herself in utter disbelief upon encountering Britt Westburn, whose presumed death has long haunted Port Charles. In a heart-pounding preview moment, Josslyn lets out a scream of shock, exclaiming that Britt is meant to be deceased, a reaction amplified by their tangled history of rivalries and alliances. This sighting could unravel Josslyn's composure, especially amid her Croatian adventure, prompting questions about resurrection plots and secret societies that the show often explores. To enrich this, perhaps Josslyn stumbles upon clues like a familiar necklace or coded message that confirms Britt's survival, blending horror with intrigue and tying into broader mysteries like the Hook Killer saga. Finally, Carly Spencer takes on the challenging task of reasoning with Liesl Obrecht, urging her not to interfere in the delicate bond between Rocco and his mother. Carly, as the savvy hotel owner with a knack for mediation, pushes Liesl to step back, highlighting the importance of familial healing. However, it's evident that Liesl harbors the bombshell knowledge of Britt's alive status, which adds a secretive edge to her demeanor. Expanding creatively, Liesl might confide a partial truth to Carly, hinting at a clandestine operation that revived Britt through experimental treatments, sparking ethical debates and potential alliances. As this storyline unfolds, it raises intriguing possibilities for how Liesl's involvement could evolve, perhaps leading to reconciliations or explosive betrayals in the coming days. Next, we will learn about whether Cody Bell is finally stepping up and making wiser choices in the swirling drama of Port Charles. As the storylines in this beloved ABC soap opera continue to evolve, Cody's latest decisions hint at a potential turning point, moving away from his pattern of misguided schemes towards something more genuine and self-respecting. We'll explore the intricacies of his involvement in Christina Corinthos Davis's plot, his surprising conversation with Tracy Quartermain, and the romantic possibilities with Molly Lansing Davis, while weaving in fresh perspectives on how these developments could ripple through the lives of everyone involved, with new invented twists like hidden motives and unexpected alliances. This analysis delves into the core themes of redemption, attraction, and personal growth that define Cody's arc. Diving right into Cody's turbulent journey, it's worth questioning if this enigmatic stable hand is at last choosing a path of integrity, after a history riddled with poor judgments that have often landed him in hot water. Traditionally, Cody has gravitated toward quick fixes and shady dealings, but recent events suggest a glimmer of change. He initially aligned himself with Christina's vengeful plan, aimed at dismantling the fragile connection between Rick Lansing and Ava Jerome, a scheme fueled by Christina's deep-seated grudges and family loyalties. In this plot, Christina enlisted Cody to charm and seduce Ava, the sophisticated gallery owner known for her sharp wit and dangerous entanglements. Offering him a hefty payoff in return, Cody executed his role with surprising finesse, planting seeds of discord that have indeed driven a wedge between Rick and Ava, leaving their relationship teetering on the edge of collapse amid accusations and mistrust. To add a fresh layer of intrigue, perhaps Cody uncovered a concealed document during one of his encounters with Ava, something like a forged art appraisal that hints at her involvement in underground dealings, which could complicate his exit from the scheme and force him to confront ethical dilemmas he hadn't anticipated. This invention heightens the stakes, as it positions Cody not just as a pawn, but as a potential whistleblower, analyzing how his growing unease reflects a deeper internal conflict between easy money and moral awakening. Cody's secretive nature means he hasn't broadcast his involvement to many, but he made the bold choice to open up to Tracy Quartermain, the no-nonsense matriarch of the Quartermain clan whose sharp tongue and keen insights often cut through the nonsense in Port Charles. Tracy, with her trademark blend of sarcasm and tough love, reacted in her classic style, initially chuckling at the absurdity of Cody's predicament. Her gut reaction was to caution him sternly, labeling Ava as a ruthless operator who could spell his doom, likening her to a street-smart thug wrapped in elegant facade. Yet, in a pivotal shift that reveals Tracy's softer side, her amusement gave way to genuine concern for Cody's well-being. She emphasized that he possesses untapped potential far beyond such mercenary antics, urging him to recognize his own worth and demand better from himself. Tracy's words carried weight, as she expressed outright respect for him, a rare compliment from someone who doesn't suffer fools gladly. Inventing a new element here. Imagine Tracy sharing a personal anecdote from her own pasta time, when she was entangled in a similar deceptive romance that nearly cost her everything, which serves as a cautionary tale, analyzing how this vulnerability from Tracy could be the catalyst that truly resonates with Cody, encouraging him to break free from cycles of self-sabotage that have defined his character. Since his arrival in town, the real test of Tracy's influence came when Ava arrived for what was supposed to be another staged romantic outing, only for Cody to abruptly back out, fabricating an excuse about an urgent problem with one of the horses at the Quartermain stables. This last-minute cancellation marks a potential breaking point, suggesting that Tracy's advice might have pierced through Cody's defenses and planted seeds of doubt about continuing the charade. If Cody indeed decides to abandon Christina's manipulative agenda, the fallout could be explosive, reshaping alliances and exposing hidden agendas across Port Charles. For instance, Christina might retaliate by revealing Cody's past indiscretions, like his gambling debts or family secrets, adding a layer of tension that analyzes the precarious balance of trust in these high-stakes games. This moment underscores a critical juncture for Cody, where stepping away could signal the start of authentic change, forcing him to confront the consequences of his actions and seek redemption in unexpected ways. Beyond the scheme, Cody harbors a sincere affection for Molly Lansing Davis, Christina's sister, whose mutual interest in him offers a beacon of hope amid the chaos. Their connection, though briefly kindled, was derailed when Christina selfishly interfered, prioritizing her own vendetta over her sister's happiness and effectively sabotaging what could have been a blossoming romance. Despite their contrasting personality, Scotty's free-spirited, adventurous vibe clashing with Molly's disciplined, level-headed demon, they complement each other beautifully, embodying the age-old adage that opposites attract. Molly provides Cody with a stabilizing influence, inspiring him to aspire to greater things and curb his impulsive tendencies, while he injects a sense of excitement and levity into her often serious world, drawing out her playful side in moments of shared laughter and spontaneity. To invent a new detail, perhaps during a quiet stable-side conversation before the interference, Cody and Molly bonded over a shared love for classic literature, with him surprising her by quoting poetry that mirrors their dynamic, analyzing how this intellectual spark could deepen their bond if rekindled, highlighting themes of personal evolution and emotional compatibility that enrich General Hospital's romantic narratives. While Cody has only postponed a single date and hasn't explicitly declared an end to his seduction of Ava, Tracy's heartfelt counsel has undeniably laid a solid foundation for him to reconsider his involvement in such a paid deception. Should he heed her wisdom, it could represent a profound pivot in his life trajectory, steering him toward healthier choices and away from the pitfalls of opportunism. This shift might empower Cody to overhaul his existence, embracing accountability and pursuing meaningful relationships rather than fleeting gains. In particular, fully committing to a future with Molly could prove transformative, as their partnership has the potential to form a dynamic duo that balances strength and whimsy, earning approval even from discerning figures like Tracy. Analyzing this possibility, it invites viewers to ponder the redemptive power of influence from unexpected mentors, as Cody stands at a crossroads that could redefine his role in Port Charles. Next, we will learn about the surprising life changes for some beloved stars connected to the show, including Kirsten Storms and her ex-husband Brandon Barish, as fans of the long-running ABC soap opera continue to process the evolving narratives on screen. Off-screen developments have captured just as much attention, blending themes of family, relocation, and resilient co-parenting that mirror the heartfelt storylines we've come to love. In this expanded exploration, we'll delve into Kirsten Storm's announcement of departing from her iconic role as Maxie Jones after 2 decades, Brandon Barish's recent revelation of his own move to Nashville, and the harmonious way this former couple is navigating their blended family dynamics. By incorporating fresh invented elements like behind-the-scenes insights and speculative fan reactions, we'll analyze how these real-life shifts could influence their professional paths and personal growth, all while staying true to the core of mutual respect and child-centered decisions that define their post-divorce relationship. Reflecting on the whirlwind of last month, Kirsten Storms, the talented actress who has brought the spirited Maxie Jones to life on General Hospital for an impressive 20 years, dropped a bombshell by announcing her exit from the series and her impending relocation to the vibrant city of Nashville. This revelation sent shockwaves through the dedicated GH fanbase, many of whom have followed Maxie's tumultuous journeys from romantic entanglements to family cries mirroring Storm's own depth as a performer. The decision to leave such a long-standing role wasn't taken lightly, as Storms has often spoken about the emotional bonds she's formed with her co-stars and the character, making her departure a poignant moment in soap opera history. To add a new layer of detail, imagine Storms sharing in a private fan Q&A session that her move was partly inspired by Nashville's thriving creative scene, where she envisions exploring music-related projects or even guest starring in local theater productions, analyzing how this transition represents a bold step toward reinvention, much like the character arcs of reinvention seen in GH episodes, where protagonists chase new beginnings amid heartbreak. Now, adding to the intrigue, Brandon Barash, Storm's former spouse and the father of their daughter Harper, best known for his roles on Days of Our Lives and previously on General Hospital, has unveiled his own significant life update. He's joined the Nashville community as well. This news emerged through a captivating post on his Instagram stories, where Barash showcased a breathtaking vista from his new backyard in the heart of Music City. The image featured a vivid rainbow arching across the sky, symbolizing perhaps a fresh start or a touch of serendipity in this major change. Accompanying the photo was a heartfelt caption, "These Nashville skies loving the new view from our new backyard," capturing his enthusiasm for this relocation. Beyond Harper, Barash shares parenting joys with his son Joaquin, born to his current wife, Isabella Devoto, forming a modern blended family unit that thrives on adaptability and love. Inventing an element to enrich this, perhaps Barash later followed up with a subtle story hinting at family outings to iconic Nashville spots like the Grand Ole Opry, analyzing how such shared experiences underscore his commitment to creating joyful memories. Paralleling the family reconciliation themes that frequently appear in soap operas like GH, where characters rebuild after separations, Barash has kept details about his Nashville transition relatively under wraps, limiting public comments to that singular, evocative Instagram story, which has only fueled curiosity among followers. Speculation began swirling in earnest following Storm's initial announcement, with fans piecing together timelines and motives, wondering if these moves were interconnected or mere coincidences in the stars' busy lives. The buzz intensified as observers noted the geographical alignment, prompting discussions on social media about how this could facilitate easier family interactions. To introduce a fresh perspective, consider an invented scenario where Barash attends a local Nashville event for soap alumni, casually mentioning how the city's welcoming atmosphere drew him in after years in the high-pressure world of Los Angeles television, analyzing this as a strategic pivot that allows for a balanced lifestyle, reflecting the real-life parallels to GH characters who relocate for peace and proximity to loved ones, thereby enhancing their emotional well-being. The speculation reached a peak when Storms directly confronted a detractor in the comments section of her Instagram video, where she had openly discussed her departure from General Hospital and the move to Nashville. A particularly harsh critic insinuated that Storm's decision was reactionary, claiming she was trailing Barash and his family to ensure Harper remained close, painting it as a desperate or intrusive choice. Storms didn't hesitate to set the record straight with a passionate rebuttal, emphasizing the collaborative nature of their planning. She revealed that the concept of relocating as a unified co-parenting team was first broached in a candid conversation between her and Barash back in mid-January, marking it as a thoughtful, joint initiative rather than a unilateral move. Crucially, Storm stressed that neither would have proceeded without the full agreement of the other, prioritizing Harper's stability above all else. Adding an invented detail, perhaps Storms included a throwback photo in her response showing a family meeting over video call, analyzing how this transparency dismantles rumors and highlights their evolved partnership. akin to the mature resolutions in GH storylines where ex-partners unite for their children's sake, fostering healing and respect. Since their amicable divorce in 2016, Storms and Barish have consistently placed Harper at the forefront of every major decision, allowing their blended family to expand and flourish in an environment of support and understanding. This child-first approach has been evident in how they've integrated new family members, like Joaquin, into their dynamic without friction, creating a nurturing space that defies the often dramatic portrayals of post-divorce life in media. Their commitment shines through in small, meaningful ways, ensuring Harper experiences consistency and love from both sides. To invent a new element, envision them co-hosting a low-key family podcast episode on co-parenting tips, shared anonymously to inspire others, analyzing this as a testament to their growth, mirroring the inspirational family bonds in General Hospital that overcome adversity through open communication and shared goals. Though Storms and Barish seldom delve into the specifics of their co-parenting journey publicly, the rare occasions when they do are marked by unwavering positivity and admiration for one another. This mutual respect serves as a model for blended families everywhere, showcasing how former partners can evolve into effective allies focused on harmony. Their story resonates deeply with GH viewers, who appreciate narratives of resilience and unity. In a creative addition, suppose Barish posts a subtle tribute to Storms on a parenting forum, praising her dedication, which analyzes the enduring positivity that could influence future collaborations, or even cameo appearances together, emphasizing themes of forgiveness and forward momentum that are staples in the soap world. As these developments unfold, it's clear that Storms and Barish are charting new courses in Nashville while upholding the values that keep their family strong. For GH fans, this real-life saga adds an extra layer of intrigue to the show's legacy.